With too many worries, one cannot travel very far. Xiefeng. Life is a journey, and the purpose of that journey is to experience life. The farther you travel, the richer and more profound your experience will be. The lower the life, the simpler the experience, such as with earthworms. The higher level the life, the richer the experience, such as with God. To experience more, we need to travel far, and the farther the journey, the better. The journey of Chanyuan celestials is the longest journey in the history of humankind. They travel from the human world to the 1,000-year world of heaven, then to the 10,000-year world, and finally they will reach the celestial islands continent of the Elysium world. With such long-distance travel, if there are too many worries with you, then you will never realize this ideal. Historical experience can never solve today's actual problems. No matter how much knowledge you may have, no matter how high your IQ is, you will never know what will change tomorrow. Rational analysis can never know what changes will happen tomorrow. If we stay at home and don't set off on this journey, this distant journey will only be a dream. Starting out all depends on your courage and faith. If you lack courage, you dare not step out of your house. If you lack faith, you cannot overcome the difficulties that you will encounter on this journey. When traveling for a long distance, your luggage should not be too heavy. If we want to think about the difficulties we will encounter on the journey and then bring all the equipment and gear that we may need to overcome them, it will be difficult for us to move forward with such a heavy load, and we will become exhausted along the way. With overly heavy tangible luggage, one cannot travel far, and the invisible luggage is also too heavy to travel very far with. I once invited a friend to open a restaurant in Harare, and the friend had many concerns, saying, "What if I get seriously ill? What if the business fails? What if my parents in China get sick? What if I have no pension in the future? What should I do if you don't help me at the critical moment? What if that country's policy changes? What if my wife can't stand the loneliness in China and runs away with someone else?" I said, "Forget it." After determining your direction and destination, take the first step at first. After the first step is taken, then take the second, third, fourth, and nth steps. Don't think about the third and the fourth step before the first step is taken, not to mention what difficulties you will encounter when you reach the nth step. If you want to wait until everything is ready before you start, you can only wait until your youth is gone, your temples become gray, your teeth fall out, and you become stooped. However, when you are not far from the grave, will you still have the courage to start? There are plenty of fish in the sea. Each place has its own way of supporting its own inhabitants. If you live on a mountain, you live off the mountain. If you live by the water, you live off the water. When the east is dark, the west will be bright. If it is dark in the south, there will be light in the north. Although I have not done the statistics, only one thing is certain: far more people starve and die from their frustrations at home than on the road. If we want to take care of everything and are not willing to leave anything behind, we can only stay where we are, and we will never see the distant scenery, let alone reach the ideal destination.